Alright, guys, we're right where we left off. That was just too adorable, too cute, man. Just just crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, he out here trying to be cute mascot of the year, you know what I'm saying? And I thought Tio had that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, so look, check me out. Hey, we got the anime waifu card. We got an anime waifu card now. And he gonna hold you. But anyway, so with that being said, let's go ahead and actually we're actually gonna pretty much try to follow up with the request that involves Morka and Derek. And I think we have to go to Harold's house, which I think is no, it's this one. Yep. Wow. Excuse us. You put in a request for the SSS, right? Hey! I can't tell you how glad I am to see that you're here helping with this again. And thank you very much for coming. Can you tell us what happened since yesterday? I understand there was a new development in the case. Yeah, that's correct. I fear the situation is more dire than we originally thought. I'd like to discuss it in depth with you all right away. Is that alright? Yeah. Please fill us in. You mentioned that the situation has changed. That it has. Yesterday evening, I went to the Ash Tree Inn in another attempt to persuade Derek. I told him that Medicare was far too suspicious and that he had to break ties with him. Damn, he ain't beat around the bush then, huh? Not for a second, but in the end, Derek still refused to listen. However, I did learn something new. And so I hurried here to discuss the matter with Mr. Hayward. Something new. Has Minna taken some form of action? What she told me caught me off guard, if I may be frank. Minna's grip on the village is far tighter than we had given it credit for. Would you mind elaborating? From what we learned yesterday, several villagers already trust him. Has it gone further than that? But you see, Minna has not only secured the private property on the old American Road, but also the deeds to numerous plots and fields in the village itself. He what? Shocking as that is, one question comes to mind. How was he able to pull off something that big? Good question. For what we know, Myth pitched a plan to increase Amorca's lotus production, as he mentioned. By slowly accumulating deeds to the villagers' farmland, he could expand the lotus fields and streamline their harvest. Moreover, management of the plots themselves would be contracted to the Quincy Company to reduce the required labor. That does line up with what we heard yesterday. At first blush, it sounds like a pretty good deal for the villagers. Yeah, too good to be true. As long as those deeds are in Minna's hands, he can abuse the land any way he wants. There'll be no coming back from it. Indeed, the man can't be trusted by any means. And the crazy thing is that I don't know if it's ever mentioned or I don't know if it's directly mentioned, but I don't know. I want to say it was mentioned, but it's funny that I brought up Josette because we got a quest. Pretty much, this is so ironic. I'm not gonna hold you, and give me a moment to get there. So I mentioned that the Cap Josette and the Capwoods because we had a quest dealing with the Capwoods. But I'm not going to hold you. I really feel like it was implied somewhere that, and this is a stretch, but this might be the same guy that might have, I don't know if they mentioned it. I might be on my rocker. But I know, Don and all of them, remember, and it's crazy because, they're in Libero, but they're originally Erebonian. And they had a house. They were rich. They were nobles. You know what I'm saying? And Don, you know what? I don't think it's mentioned. I'm not sure. All I know is I saw somewhere that This guy might be the same guy who swindled the Cowboys out of their let's be real, lineage. Let's be real, because they became bandits, sky bandits, basically. But if it's him, that's just crazy. Because I was like, what? He's solely focused on that private property of ours. Even the worst case scenario wouldn't be too terrible. But now that he's using plots of land within the village, the results could be catastrophic. Right? You guys might be shit out of luck when it comes to breaking the contract up. That's where you come in. If you can expose him, then perhaps the contract can be voided. I know there is nothing criminal happening on the surface here, but even still, can we ask for you to look into this? But the SSS has never actually been all that beholden to CPD protocol. Our job is to support the citizens when they request it. You've given us enough reason to find Minute suspicious, so we'll gladly help. Thanks, Bannings. All of you have been our village's guardian angels. Where should we begin? I'm at a bit of a loss on that myself. Me too. It's not as if we have smoking guns to look into. True. In that case, why not ask Ian for assistance? Oh, you mean Mr. Grimwood? Yeah, granted, we're only working off of our suspicions at the moment. But if you explain the situation to him, he may be able to find a trace of something illicit in his actions. That sounds like an idea. Even a shred of evidence against him would be good. I should warn you though, Ian's been incredibly busy ever since the mayor advocated for our independence. No guarantee he'll have the time to see you. One way to find out. We'll catch up to him, maybe we won't. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Alright, let's pay him a visit. I'll leave it to you then. I asked my business associates if they heard any rumors about Minute or the Quincy Company. We'd appreciate it. Thank you, Reverend Ryan. You're the only ones I can count on. I'm so powerless in all this. It's just pathetic. Don't worry, Chief Tulip. We're handed from here. Just sit tight and relax, and maybe pray to the goddess while you're with it. I'll be waiting for you. But yeah, I don't know if it's completely, I don't know if it's black and white, so I might have to take that back, but I do remember the fact that Don was always talking about, and I forget the middle boy. I forget his name now. Damn. I forget his name now. He said, "From these character trailers, just give me a trailer." To my bleach. Oh, yeah, he talking about bleach. So yeah, what street? Oh, Mr. Grimwood, we were afraid you might not be here. Ah, yes. I was just in the middle of taking a much-needed break, but it would seem you're in a desperate need of my counsel. Is it really that obvious? I mean, I've seen those look in your faces come through my door countless times before by now. Go on, take a seat. I might be busy, but I'm happy to lend an ear. Alright, thank you. Lloyd and the SSS explained what they learned about Minute and his actions throughout the past 24 hours. They also mentioned that Minute had been collecting deeds to lots of land in Armoga Village. I see. This is quite a predicament the village has found itself in. A case such as this would typically be a top priority for me. But as you know, I've been busy this past week drafting up a preliminary constitution for the mayor. I apologize, but I won't have the time to handle this case personally. That's unfortunate, but we understand. We suspected that would be the case. Still, even just a consultation would be helpful. Very well, I'll give you any advice I can while I'm here. We appreciate it. So, do you have any insight on this? At this point, there's no evidence of Minute engaging in any unlawful activity, at least as far as we can tell. Is there something we're missing? I do have one idea. Damn, already? Possibly. Oh, wow. Everybody in contact of mine once provided me with some reference material for a very similar case. Though I can't say the circumstances are an exact match. Ain't no way is what I would just say. Any lead that could help us with the investigation is a good one. If you think that other cases worth mentioning, we'd be happy to hear it. Very well, I can hardly refuse you all. From what I can recall, no, 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 no. So I had no idea about this. But I just know that, like I said, multiple times, if you played Trails in the Sky, Don would always say it all the time that they were originally Erebonian nobility. And, even the fact that while Josette most of the time is a tomboy, when she went to Genus, when she well, I don't think she didn't go to Genus, but the fact that she was able to pull the look off, let everybody know she's not as tomboyish as Estelle gay like labeled her. Like, she was on nobility, you know what I'm saying? Now maybe she didn't like it, but nobility nonetheless. But nah, ain't no way they finna say what I think they about to say. Several years ago, a man visited the estate of an Erebonian baron. This is it. This is literally it. This is it. Cause he always said it was a baron. He was a baron, which is crazy. Cause I mean, Reen's dad was a baron too, so it could be Reen. I ain't gonna hold you. But this is crazy because we literally have a capital fucking request. He introduced himself as Rittner, an enterprising business worker for a famous brewing company. Ooh, if I could go back right now and play Trails in the Sky right now, and if he says Rittner, I'm done, dog. Rittner presented the Baron with an opportunity to become rich beyond his wildest dreams, and quickly at that. He proposed that the Baron's barley fields, which had been passed down the family for generations, be used to establish a brewery. Facilities would be constructed on the Baron, and his family, the capitalists, would be responsible for managing them. That was the idea anyway. Right. Hold on a sec. What you're telling me is awfully reminiscent of what's going down in America. The Baron accepted the deal and signed Rittner's contract. Then, under the pretense of constructing the brewery, the fields and a portion of the Baron's land were temporarily transferred to Rittner. Moreover, the Baron converted his assets into the capital for the sake of getting the business off the ground. However, Rittner will soon disappear with both the deeds and the capital, never to be seen again. The hell? The Baron and his family packed after the Baron and his family, the capitalists, panicked after suddenly losing contact with Rittner. At the time, they had no idea of the gravity of what was about to unfold. To their shock and surprise, they learned Rittner had sold the deeds to a third party. The land was repurposed into a villa resort. Today, it stands as part of a suburb instead. In the end, the Baron's family racked up a substantial debt. Before long, they had lost their entire territory. That, you guys, is the capital. The capitalists. With that, the family was stripped of their rank and vanished without a trace. That, you guys, is the capitalists, bro. And we have a fucking capital goddamn request. It's so ironic, bro. Dang, that's one hell of a story. The man conned them into giving up their property and sold it right under their noses? Who would even do such a thing? Your investigation immediately reminded me of that case. One person lies to another to earn another's trust before running off with a large fortune. It's a common strategy for committing fraud. Fraud? If this case is the same, then Mineth may not be a Quincy Company employee at all. He would simply be a con man trying to swindle Aurora for all they're worth. Precisely. I can't say for certain that's the case here. I gotta turn this off. Precisely. I can't say for certain that's the case here, but I'm concerned it might be. I agree. There are too many parallels between that story and our case. It'd be best if we shifted our focus on investigating this as a potential act of fraud. This changes the kinds of leads we should be looking into. Exactly. As far as Menuff goes, there are two major areas that stand out to me as suspicious. First, that plan of his. We need to find out whether or not he's actually done anything to establish our American company. The American Honey Company. We could probably figure that out by following the mirror trail. You'd have to apply for a bank loan to open the business in Crossbell. If it's all a sham, then we'll find the evidence we need in IBC. The other point of concern is whether Menace is actually an employee of the Quincy Company. Quincy Company headquarters aren't in Crossbell, though, so that'll be a little tougher to ferret out. Uh-oh, Ellie? I might be able to help with that. We should try stopping by my grandfather's McDowell estate? Why? There should be a brochure about the Quincy Company. It outlines how the company operates. We might be able to find some useful information. What's something like that doing in your grandpa's pad, Mademoiselle? Well, because I happen to enjoy making sweets, alright? I once took an interest in the Quincy Company, so I ordered one of their brochures. Last I recall, it was on a shelf in my old bedroom. Then again, I doubt a simple brochure will have all the information we need. I wouldn't be so quick to discount the possibility. It's official Quincy Company material. You might be able to find something that conflicts with what Menuff said. Never hurts to cover all your bases. Dead ass. Alright, let's stop by the McDowell estate too and see how it pans out. Thanks for all that valuable advice. Because of you, we got some leads to chase down. You're always happy to be of service. Just to confirm, you said you were using the Hayward resident as a base of operations, right? Yeah, we are. Very well, then I'll lend you my help with this case for as long as time permits me. Though unfortunately, I can't make any promises given my other responsibilities. It's all good. You've already helped us enough. It's nice having a professional in the neighborhood we can lean on. I'll try to meet up with you at the Haywards later. Good luck with your investigation until then. Thanks, Mr. Griffin. Alright, let's get this shit going. To start, we need to go to the IBC and look at his plan regarding the American Honey Company. It'll be a good idea to swing the McDowell's estate for that brochure, too. Something in there might contradict his words. Hey, playing down our open now. That gives us a total of 2 leads to follow up on. Roger, we won't rest until we find that evidence. Hey, feel like I'm playing down our open and Phoenix Rider all at the same time. That's what you love to see. Now, should I go to the IBC first? Or should I go to Ellie? And I think I'm going to go to Ellie's house first. Let's go to Ellie's house. Let's see. Oh, here it is. This is the Quincy Company brochure I mentioned earlier. Dang, they even had this sucker down. Can't say they didn't put any effort into this. They have ample resources to do so, considering the size of the company. Whatever is written inside should be sufficiently credible. Then it's a good thing we stopped by for it. Alright, let's take a closer look inside. As a leader in confectionery manufacturing, the Quincy Company strives tirelessly towards its next innovation. This brochure aims to briefly introduce the methods and creeds that drive our passion. We believe the key aspect of any confectionery is its taste. Otherwise, how can anyone enjoy it? With this belief as the core tenet, the Quincy Company refuses to compromise on the quality of its products. Our factories are fitted with the latest company equipment and operated with the utmost attention to hygiene. Here at the Quincy Company, we are particular not just about the quality of our ingredients, but where they are sourced as well. Our product development pipeline, too, is run with the strictest of standards. Prototypes are personally sampled by our executives who, after many meetings, decide whether a product is worthy to go to the market. Only then can they reach the product production line. I ain't gonna hold you. That's the contradiction right there. It said prototypes are personally sampled by our executives, which I don't know if he's done that. Who, after many meetings, he's only met with Derek. That's it. He ain't met with like other people. Decide whether a product is worthy to go to market. This has been a Quincy company tradition since its founding, such that we may deliver our valuable customers nothing less than the finest confectionery to enjoy. It is this commitment to excellence that has made the Quincy company the exceptional confectioner that it is today. I'm not sure what we were expecting. This is all just your typical corporate double talk. Did anyone manage to find a contradiction? You damn right, I did. Not in particular, maybe coming here for a brochure was just a waste of time after all. Actually, I did notice something. You did? Oh, I get it. You activated the old detective mode. You heard what the fuck I said? And bam, right? Well, don't leave us hanging. What'd you find? If you remember what Minif said, he told us at the hotel yesterday, the answer here is obvious. It's only a passing remark, but it still comes off in a major conflict with what's written in the brochure. Enough to prove that he isn't, in fact, an employee of the Quincy company to begin with. You got that much out of this little pamphlet? That's right, you see? In minutes, hold on, sorry to cut you off, but where's the fun in spoiling it all now? Oh my god. Yo, you know what this reminds me of. This is literally Jimmy and Harley. This is literally Jimmy and Harley just going back and forth. Like, hold on, wait. I found something that Jimmy didn't. And I love those episodes when Jimmy and Harley are both in the same episode going back to back against each other. Like, that shit was the hardest shit ever. What are you talking about? Well, if I'm being honest, it's knowing that you're the only one who's figured it out. Blind playthrough, by the way. Literally just said that he's Harley, and then he pulls what he just said. Nah, dog. So why not give the rest of us a chance and save it for when we interrogate him? Wazzy, this is an investigation. Look at him. Oh my god, bro. Blind playthrough, bro. I straight up called him Harley, and now he's doing this. I agree with Wazzy, actually. What? Your hypothesis might not be accurate after all. As a precaution, we shouldn't let ourselves be swayed by a mere hunch. Not to mention, I don't appreciate you still in the spotlight with your detective mode, as Randy put it. Bruh, why do I get the feeling the second comment was the real reason she didn't want me to share? Fine, if you're going to insist, instead, I want you all to consider something we've learned so far. I summarized the main points of the brochure in the detective notebook. All that's left is for us to visit the IBC and see what we can get from there. Well, either way. Nah, I got it already. Either it's the fact that he didn't meet with anybody, or the fact that I don't think it's complete. Is what I'm trying to say. But I don't think like I said, he didn't meet. He only met with one person. Then another thing he said was like, he said he didn't like sweets. How could you be a person that sells sweets but not like sweets? That don't make sense. Hell, we in SSS. I remember him saying he didn't like sweets, and I was just like, what? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But then again, I brushed it off because I was like, if you eat something so much, you can kind of grow out of it. But nah, bro, not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of my favorite foods, some of my favorite things have, like, nah, bro, nah, we're not looking past that. We'd like to ask you for IBC's cooperation with the investigation we're working on. Would it be possible for you to do an account search for us, Lafayette? We're hoping to look into some suspicious mirror transfers from a certain depositor. Oh, you want me to pull up some private information on somebody, huh? Well, doing so is within company policy if it's related to a criminal inquiry. But would you mind telling me the details of the situation first? Oh no, it's fine. I see. I believe I understand the circumstances now. Will this be sufficiently probable cause for us to conduct a search? cracking down on these kind of things. The bank's best interest too. Fraud would damage your reputation, you know. Yeah, you are correct, and this is related to a legitimate investigation. I can help, but you'll have to settle for me and simply telling you what I can pull up on my terminal screen here. Oh, that's more than enough, if you please. Okay. First, let me search for an account registered under the name Morgan Honey Company, subsidiary of the company. There we are. We do indeed have an account opened under that name. Hold on. What happened? Did you find something incriminating? Well, I don't have the authority to tell you the exact balance on the record. But I will say... Wait, what? But I will say that the Morgan Honey Company has no more than the minimum deposit in its account. What exactly does that mean? Basically, corporate accounts require an initial sum of capital to open. That's the capital he's looking for. In this case, the base amount is all there is. From what you told me, that would leave tens of thousands of Mira unaccounted for. Meneth has the construction of the factory, management of the fields, and more to cover? It's simply impossible for any minimum deposit to be capable of financing all of that. That much is clear. And despite him holding the titles to the land and signing several deals, the balance hasn't changed a single time? It's suspicious to say the very least. By which I mean this account appears to have been made for the sole purpose of gaining Derek's trust. And that's where that capital is going to go into. Things clearly aren't adding up here in more ways than one. Yeah, this is the kind of evidence we needed. We appreciate your cooperation, Lafe. Not at all. I'm glad to be of assistance. Should you ever require anything more, please don't hesitate to ask. But keep it in mind. Okay, we have material on every suspicious aspect of Meneth and his plan. Let's make our way back to Hale residence. Alright, let's get it. Oh man, I don't even want to be that guy, but bro. One of my friends called me a fraud, bro. Like, and I didn't like. You see how hard? You see what this is amounting to? Why would you call a friend a fraud? You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Oh, let's go talk to his fine ass wife right here. The whole incident has Chief Tulsa worried sick. But I suppose that's only natural. This involves not only his village, but his son as well. Still, too much stress can ruin your health. I'll do what I can to keep him calm. Oh, your fine ass. Oh, you're gonna do a good job. You're gonna do a good fucking job. You're gonna do a good job. CSSS. There you all are. Mr. Grimwood, I'm glad you could make it. Did you get back yourself? Yeah, I finished asking my business associates about the matter at hand. How did things go on your end? You were able to round up a couple of good leads thanks to Mr. Grimwood. How about you, Mr. Hayworth? I did the same in a manner of speaking. You see, I'm not quite sure what to make of it all. Well, you went through the trouble of digging up that info, so you might as well share with the rest of the class. Agreed. The information may be beneficial to our investigation. I suppose you're right. I asked my business associates if the name Meneth rang any bells, having never heard of it myself. What they informed me is that he's been making inquiries into a certain market since arriving in Crossbell. What would that market be? Land prices in various locations throughout Crossbell. Land prices? He sounds more like a real estate agent at this point. Why would a Quincy company employee even need that kind of information? The answer to that just might be instrumental in helping us figure out Meneth's true objective. You think so? Certainly something worth considering. Incidentally, I may have discovered something else of note since we last saw each other. What? Huh? Harold, Chief Tulsa. Could I ask you to help me find something in my office? At your office? I don't mind, but is it important? Well, if it isn't substantial enough to prove anything in and of itself, but we may be able to use it as the final nail in the coffin. Ooh! Oh, you really got something up your sleeve like that, Grizzly Grill? Possibly, but we may not make it in time, so please don't wait for us. You ought to get to America Village as quickly as you can. If Minith is the criminal we think he is, then this plan could very well be in the final stages as we speak. I'm confident, however, that the evidence you have on hand will be just enough. Best of luck, SSF. Got it. Thanks, Mr. Grimwood. Alright, guys, off to Armorica. Time to reveal Minith's true colors and stop his phony deals in their tracks. Right. Oh, shit. It's about to go down. It's about to go down.
よし、行くか。どこに行こうかな。
I got you. You should go straight here with the car. I gotta start using the car though. Gotta start using. I gotta start using the car. Plus, it gives us a CP back now, so I ain't gotta go to that hotel no more, which is absolutely phenomenal, by the way. Oh. Damn it! Did they already close the deal? Oh shit. Stop that motherfucker right there. You 6 again. Special support section. Derek, Minith, we got a couple of things we need to ask. What kind of agreements were you hoping to conduct today? Meddling in my affairs on my father's behalf again, are you? Please, Derek, there's no harm in answering their questions. After all, our plan has already been set into motion. And what do you mean by that? Right before you all arrived, Derek and I finished signing the requisite paperwork. In doing so, we have arranged to expand the operations of the Lotus Fields lent to me by the villagers. The Quincy Company will then take over the management of the field. What? You signed away the rights to almost all of the village's agriculture? Is this really what you want, Derek? What are you talking about? Nothing's changing. I'm only transferring management of the fields to him. Yes, of course, it's quite simple, really. With my company harvesting the honey, we'll be able to streamline production of the candy. A temporary transfer of the land's rights to my company is a necessary first step to facilitate the process. What a crafty bastard. His scheme has reached its final phase, which means... Now then, Derek, I'll be delivering this contract to our main office. We'll be in touch come tomorrow. Look forward to the good news. Sounds great. I'll be waiting. Lloyd! We can't let him get away. Before you go, Minith, we got a couple of questions. Oh? And what might they be? But for starters, are you aware of the allegations leveled against you? The primary view of which, of course, is suspicion of fraud. But like I said, would you like to be called a fraud? Fuck no. Where I'm from, a fraud is the bottom of the barrel. You know what I'm saying? So, for this person to say this, you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. That's disrespect. I mean, what? That's absurd. How dare you insult? You see how he took that? That's exactly how I took it. You know who you are. Now, Derek, please calm yourself. And it's crazy how his name is Derek. That is just absolutely hilarious, by the way. Spelled the same way and everything. That's just crazy. Huh? The SSS, was it? What could possibly make you suspect me of being a common criminal? Surely you have some manner of proof you can claim. Yeah, we do. Intriguing. Why don't you tell me about it then? But first, let me remind you that I am an imperial citizen. From a Rabonia, you say. Turns out that your allegations are indeed entirely baseless. I would do what I must to right that indignity, police officers though you may be. Oh, that's fine with us. Lloyd, Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, baby girl. I got it. Based on our investigation, there's no doubt in my mind that Mineth is guilty. I'm going to expose him as the fraud he is and show Derek the truth. How very, oh my god, making me think about Final Fantasy XIV. How live. If that's how you want to play this, then go right ahead. I'll answer anything you like. Well, your first question, which we all know this is the detective music here, which I absolutely love, by the way. Right. About your actions in Crossbell. There's a contradiction between what you said and what you've done. Could you please recount your actions for me? A contradiction? Very well. Since arriving at Crossbell, I've been cooperating with Derek to advance our plans. Said plan will result in the formation of the Armorica Harmony Company, a subsidiary of the Quincy Company. It will specialize in producing candy made from Armorica's high-quality honey. Combined with my company's acumen, it is a surefire success. The venture has already been approved by the city and is just about to be prepared to launch. Tell me, what's so contradictory about that? Well, everything. This plan is more like a charade from where I'm standing. Our investigation has uncovered a key discrepancy of what you just said. You see, Mineth? The plan is underway. I will go for this too, but the fact that the thing said, nah, yeah, the records we looked into the IBC reveal your mistake. You say this plan is prepared to launch, but you ain't got the money for it. You ain't got the money for it. It hasn't even made progress at all. The IBC? What are you talking about? Consider this. If the Quincy Company truly did intend to go through with this plan, it would need a loan from the IBC to fund the construction and development of the subsidiary. Well, yeah, of course. I registered the company with the city and opened a corporate account. But that's as far as you went, huh? What? The account for the American Honey Company contained no more than the minimum balance required to open it. While we weren't told the exact amount, I would speculate it's only in the tens of thousands a mirror. Just how were you planning to build a factory and run a business with so little starting capital? You looked into my IBC account? This can't be true, can it? Please don't misunderstand, Derek. I never said there were any credence to their claims. I'm merely commenting on the audacity it takes to do something so invasive. Funk that. Explain why there's hardly any mirror in that account. Being an executive of the company, I must be especially I've never seen that word in my life. Judicious. Okay, never mind. I've seen it. Judicious when moving money around. As such, I can't take out a loan on behalf of the Quincy Company. Of course, I'll be securing one from the IBC once I receive permission from the main office. Oh, well, yeah, that makes perfect sense. A deft evasion. Don't count it out just yet. I can tell him this is getting frustrated. Continue to press him. Oh my god. This is Phoenix Wright, bruh. We continue to press him, literally, and pile on the evidence so we can get him to crack. This is Phoenix Wright. The look on your face tells me you got something more to ask. It just so happens what I do. That was far from my only point of contention with you. You still not done? Don't let him rattle you, Derek. This will be a good opportunity for me to clear your mind of any and all doubt. I'd like to ask you. You said you're an executive of the Quincy Company, but is that really true? Wait, what are you implying? Are you trying to say Mineth isn't associated with the Quincy Company at all? That's what our evidence points to. Goodness me, I didn't expect you to say something so outlandish. How about I show you my business card and employee ID? Uh-oh. Those articles could easily be forged. Regardless, we have evidence that would supersede either of those. And we found it in a Quincy Company informational brochure. An informational brochure? Oh yeah, the one in Mademoiselle's room. We recorded the main points in the detective notebook. Brochure comes directly from the Quincy Company main office, so there's no doubt to its authenticity. What's more, there's a clear discrepancy between its contents and what you told us yesterday. What I told you? That's right. Something you mentioned made it clear to us that you are the executive you claim to be. I just said something about this. I literally just said something about this, bro. Okay. Allow me to quote a statement you made yesterday. Despite working for the company, I've never been one for sweets. He said it. And I said, But you know what I'm saying? I wanted to overlook it because, like I said before, when you eat something so much, you kind of like, you get tired of it. But me, I ain't gonna say all that. Do you deny this fact? Everybody's lost. Lloyd? How exactly is that relevant? That's right, I don't care for sweets. Huh? What of it? Are you trying to say that someone who dislikes sweets could possibly work for a company? And that's why I wanted to overlook it, because I'm saying I've seen people who've been in that type of position say after a certain point in time that they don't like sweets anymore. So I was like, alright, maybe it's because he's been around them so long. And a confectionery company in general, maybe, but not this one in particular. What are you going on about? Who do you work for? The Confectionery Police Department? This is what was written in the brochure. Prototypes are personally sampled by our executives who, after many meetings, decide whether a product is worthy to go to market. Isn't that curious? What is that? Wait! It doesn't make sense that somebody like Mineth, who dislikes sweets, would be hired by a company like Quincy, not with a tradition like that. Wouldn't you agree? I never said I hated sweets. That's not gonna work on us. You admitted to not liking them in this very conversation. How stupid do you think we are? So that raises the big question. Why would you lie about being an executive of the Quincy company? It's simple. You intended to gain Derek's trust before ripping him off. This is the only deduction I can make based on the evidence. As for the confectioner seeking to make use of the Amorcan's honey, the Quincy company was merely a name with weight to it, one that Mineth threw around as a show of credibility. Mineth, what's the meaning of this? You tricked me. Derek, don't allow yourself to be deceived by these scoundrels. Would you just call us? Think about it for a second. Let's say, for argument's sake, that I did come to Amorica Village for the purpose of founding a fraudulent honey company. If that being the case, I had an ulterior motive in deceiving my very good new friend Derek. Then what was it? Why would I go through such ridiculous lengths? If you have no proof to back up your claims, then you have no right to call me a fraud. You should arrest yourselves for slander. We do bear the burden of proof, as well as providing a viable motive. As for the motive goes, I think I got a pretty good idea. What? Are you sure, Lloyd? I barely even started untangling everything that's going on here. Don't worry, I got it. I'm the ultimate detective for a reason. The person who pointed us in the right direction today also went to retrieve the final piece of evidence we need. The last piece of the puzzle that I oust him once and for all. Quit with the mumbling. If you have something to say, then out with it. Sure, by all means. You went to all these lengths to deceive this village with one goal in mind. I don't think that car is fake. Monopolizing honey sales? Nah, he wants land. Your true objective here is obtaining the land rights to Amorica Village itself. What? A trader we know named Harold Hayworth gave us some information about you. Immediately after arriving in Crossbell, you started looking into land prices throughout the state. You were employed by Quincy Company in search of new business ventures? This would make no sense. So why do it? I can only think of one possibility. Seizing land was your aim from the very beginning. It was? Of all the outrageous schemes? There's more to it than that now, Noel. Amorica Village is surrounded by scenic beauty, making it a high-value location. Suppose the deeds were sold to a third party as prime real estate for a villa resort. How much mirror do you think they'd go for? Land like this? I would estimate somewhere in the tens of millions of men. That said, I don't think the villagers would ever agree to such an arrangement. Exactly. I was literally about to say it exactly. That's what made this whole fraudulent ruse painstaking as it was a necessity. Now we assume your motive was to obtain the land itself. Your actions become that much more clear. First, you obtain the rights to the lotus fields, the farmland, and the village's private property. Then, under the pretext of returning to your company's main office, you vanish from Crossbell entirely. Finally, you sell the deeds on the black market and pocket the hefty sum of mirror their worth. That, Mineth, has been your plan from the entire beginning. Mineth, I ain't finna believe this. Lloyd! It's Grimwood. It's Grimwood. Is that? Wait, who was this? Who's the little boy? Thank goodness we made it in time. Derek! Father, Mr. Hayward. Aren't you from Grimwood? Oh yeah! The little boy! What's his name? Pete or something like that? Yeah, Pete. Found it. I'm his assistant Pete. Yeah, because he gave us one of the books. One of the Sunshine Agnes books. He would have come himself, but he had to get back to drafting the Constitution. Hey, we don't blame him for it. We don't blame him. Did you come with evidence? That he did. Ian said this would prove his to be useful insurance. You're all going to want to take a look at this. He produced a photograph for everyone to see. It was a man who looked like a merchant with the same face as me. No. Ain't no way they telling me it's him. The man in the pictures? Why? Why do you have this? A reporter Mr. Grimwood knew in the Empire gave this to him a long time ago. However, the name on this photo isn't Mineth, it's Rittner. Oh, here it goes. Rittner? I feel like we heard that name recently. I remember. It's the name of the man who stole the Erebonian Baron's land. The one Mr. Grimwood told us about. Oh yeah, that dude. That's right. I asked Ian about it again, and he said there's no mistaking it. Well, this is a plot twist I wasn't expecting. Lloyd, why don't you do Mineth the honors? Oh, look at that. Look at that. And he coming like Harley. Look what he said. Tell him the one thing this photo could mean. Like he knew all along, Wazzy. With pleasure. Wazzy knew all along, dog. The reason the man before us, Mineth, and the man in the photo, Rittner, look identical is they're the same person. And it's because they're the same person that their MOs are such a close match. Mr. Grimwood came to the same conclusion. This man must have swindling down to an exact orbital science. You're a crook, man. As such, you'll be charged with attempted fraud. That is, of course, on top of the fraud you previously committed in Erebonia. Shoutouts to the Cowboys. I can only guess how many skeletons we'll find in your closet once we get done with you. I would very much like to hear all your details in the department's interrogation room. You! Damn you! I'm a professional. My work must be flawless. You meddlesome brats! Mineth! Don't get too full of yourselves just yet. You may have won this time, but I won't be apprehended so easily. What? Come, my lovely beast. No. No! Not the Jaeger thingies! What? Monsters? They appear to be well trained too. They're the Jaeger. Oh my god, you know what I'm trying to say. Oh my gosh. These cougars, don't tell me. They're from the Jaegers, man. And you know Randy, no, bruh. No. Derek! Chief Tulsa is too dangerous. You have any idea what you're doing? I I know precisely what I'm doing. Here's why I'm doing it. Oh, and don't think for even a second about trying to fight me. That is, unless you don't value the lives of Derek and the villagers. Ah! Now step aside, if you would. Bro. Fare thee well, for we shall never meet again. Where's Arios? Where's Arios? That's crazy. Derek! He tried to tell his stupid ass too. Damn it, we can't let him get away. After him! And grabbed that truck like it's Final Fantasy VII. He managed to get away. I've never been more frustrated. I can't believe such a spineless coward like him gave us a slip. At least none of the villagers were hurt. Let's look at the silver lining. What a mess. If we come across him again, he won't be so lucky. But now let's regroup with Chief Tulsa and the villagers so we can report what happened. Yeah, that's a good idea. Damn, Randy. You see Randy's face. He's seen those before, man. And they were red too. That's the crazy part. That's crazy. Those are probably like Randy probably used those exact same ones, man. Can't thank you all enough for what you did today. No exaggeration to say that you saved the village from the clutches of that con. Though he still got away in the end. Yeah, but now the department knows how to keep a lookout for him. It should be a matter of time before he's caught. Derek, you know you fucked up. I made a grave mistake and I put everyone through so much trouble just so they could fix it. I let that man rope me into his scheme and it nearly cost us all our livelihood. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're not the one who's guilty. Wrong. It's my fault completely. No two ways about it. I was so desperate to fix and reform Amorica that I ignored my father and almost drove it into the ground instead. I have no right to become the next village chief. That's where you're wrong. What? I've been so stuck on the old ways that I never tried to. Yeah, both of them were wrong, for sure. Especially him, the daddy. I've been so stuck on my old ways that I never tried to hear your proposals for what they were. I've known the village will go under if we maintain our current course, and yet I've done nothing. It's my inaction that drove you to do this, right? Thus, I must bear a large share of the responsibility for letting it happen. It's very admirable, Chief Tulsa. Thanks for this crisis. I finally realized where I went wrong. The welfare of this village should not hinge entirely on the ideology of a single stubborn old man. So instead, Derek, I would ask that you provide me your input as well. We will contribute our ideas and discuss them with the village. That is the only way we can ensure a future for our Lord. You're right. I'm so sorry, Father. From here on out, I'm going to dedicate myself to the betterment of the village. I'm happy the two of you were able to reconcile. Same. Makes almost losing your whole village to some crook worth it, wouldn't you say? Bruh. Put a socket in Wazzy. Learn how to read a room. I'm really sorry about him. I swear, we tried everything. At any rate, we owe you all an enormous debt, so allow me to express my thanks once more. I also owe my gratitude to Mr. Rimwood. It's a shame he couldn't be here. I'll pass your thanks on to Mr. Rimwood to let you know what happened. Even if I only played a minor role, I'm glad to have been of assistance. I look forward to our continued partnership, Chief Tulsa. Same to you, hero. If you could, keep a lookout for Minnow just in case he returns. And of course, you can count on us if you need any assistance. Hopefully, it'll never be for anything related to this ordeal again, but we'll keep you in mind. Man. Wow. That was insane. So, like I said, just want to put it into perspective here. We literally, and I do mean literally, have a Capua request. And that whole plight that they were talking about was about the Capuas and how they lost their land. Now, like I said, if I was to go back and play Trails in the Sky, and he says that the guy's name was Rittner. In fact, it's up. But they kind of painted it already. They really painted the picture pretty clearly. It's just the fact that I don't know if Don ever said his name was Rittner. But maybe he did. But we're gonna go ahead and end it right here. That was huge. Really big, man. Really, really big, bro. If you're a Trails fan, you looking the same way I'm looking. Like, ain't no way they did that. Like I said, if continuity was a game, it's this. But we're gonna go ahead and end the episode out here. That was crazy. If you enjoyed this like I did, go ahead, hit the like button, leave a comment. You know all the cool YouTube stuff. But until then, I will catch you guys later for more Trails to Azure.